really whatever's comfortable for you. That's how I want you to sit. And just sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your knees, either up to receive or down to ground. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then let them roll down your spine. So just have a neutral spine. Your body is natural. Your chin is level with the earth. Go ahead and close your eyes. So morning classes, I teach morning, I teach night. It's very different. A morning class and a night class is like two different worlds. In the morning, you know, you haven't really taken on the day yet. You haven't really been challenged. You haven't had a good day, had a bad day. You know, there's a lot that goes into your day. Now, on the flip side, at the end of the day, you know, a lot has gone on. We may feel a lot more emotions right now than we do when we wake up. So start to slowly let go of that with each breath. So the type of yoga that I teach, as you guys may know, is vinyasa. So we pair our breath with our movement the entire class. So right now, all I want you to focus on is taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then just do that again. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Continue this breath. So continue to just slowly move with your breath. The breath or the rhythm that you create, you really want to keep with you the entire class. So keep your eyes closed. Maybe slowly just find a little bit of a meditated state before we start our practice. Now let's take one more breath in together. And then exhale, slowly let it go. Bring your hands all the way up. So reaching for the sky, for the ceiling, wherever you are, interlace your fingers. Now press yourselves up. So imagine that someone is pushing down on your hands and you're trying to press up against them. So you want to lift. And then slowly lean your upper body just over to the right. And then come all the way back up. Reach up, get nice and tall again. And then slowly lean your upper body over to the left. And then when you're ready, we're going to take a little bit of a twist. So inhale those arms back up if you drop them. Take the left hand to the outside of your right knee. Take the right hand behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Use the strength in your fingertips and twist your lower back. And then come on back to center. Switch sides. Inhale your arms slowly all the way back up. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Take your left hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Twist. And then slowly come back to center. Inhale your arms up. Drop them in front of you. Start to walk your fingertips out. See how far you can fold right now. The deeper you go, the more you're going to start to feel this into your hips. Embrace it. Hip openers are good for your body. So as you go deeper, you're going to feel it a little bit more. See if you can drop your head just for a moment. And then slowly come all the way back up. Nice job. So come onto your hands and your knees when you're ready. So tabletop position. You're on your hands, you're on your knees. Everything is stacked. So your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. So shoulders, elbows, wrist. Your hips are directly over top of your knees. So imagine that you have like a little bit of a box here. So tabletop position, we're going to take some cat-cows to warm up our spine. So look forward. Inhale, drop your belly and lift your gaze. See if you can arch your back and stick out your butt. You're going to feel a stretch in the front of the neck. And then exhale, round your spine. Really press your shoulders open. Bring your chin all the way in towards your chest. Round your spine. And then do it again. Inhale for what's called your cow. Breathe in. Exhale for your cat. So really round the spine. Feel the shoulders open up. Bring your chin in towards your chest. Do it again. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. One more. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Come on back to your tabletop position. Bring both knees all the way to the width of your mat, so nice and wide. Sit your butt back to sit on your heels. So have a seat like me first. I don't care if you know where you're going. Just sit here, stretch it out. You feel it in your quads. Now drop your hands right in front of your legs. Now slowly start to walk yourself all the way down until your head comes to the mat. Your forehead is going to come down. Now, if you notice my arms are completely straight. My elbows are not touching my mat. They're lifted. I'm lengthening my spine, and I'm stretching out my legs at the same time. So this posture is called child's pose. This is a place of rest, meaning if at any point in your practice tonight or any day, you need to take a break, you can always come back to this position. You can stay in this position however long you need to. You can come here several times during your class. It's kind of like a mini reset. I need a second. And then wherever we are, you just rejoin us. So take one more breath in together. And then exhale, let it go. Inhale, slowly come on up to your tabletop. So back to that tabletop position. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze lifts for your cow. And then exhale, round your spine, press the earth away from you for your cat. And then come on back to your neutral spinal position. Curl both toes under, just like mine. And all you're gonna do is press up, lift your hips, push it back, downward facing dog. All right, let's go over the alignment in your down dog really quick. So if you look at my body, I'm in the shape of a V. My feet, which I'm staring at, are 6 inches apart. I could fit 2 fists in between them. My hands are, I'm pressing into my hands so that my arms straighten out. My hips are at their peak. So my hips are at the highest peak in the whole body right now. I'm trying to press my heels down so that my hamstrings open up. If my hands and feet are too far apart, you can walk them together a little bit, but make sure you're in a down dog. You don't want to be in a push-up. Now just feel this self stretch out. So feel your body stretch out. Feel it open up. This breeze out here feels so amazing right now. Take a breath in together. And exhale, let it go. Look at your hands. I want you guys to walk all the way, as many steps as it takes, to the front of your mat. Now inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And we'll turn and face you for this series. So inhale your arms up, arms overhead. Bring your palms together. Interlace all of your fingers. Release your index fingers and cross your thumbs. Reach up, get nice and tall. Try to touch the ceiling wherever you are. And then go ahead and lean the upper body to the right and push your hips to the left. This is called Bikram half moon. You're lengthening and stretching out the left side body. You're lengthening your spine and you're getting a little bit taller, opening up these muscles. And then come on back up. So again, reach up, get nice and tall. And then taking it over to the left. So again, Bikram half moon to the left. You're lengthening the right side body. You're reaching all the way over here. And then come on back up to center. Now drop your head back behind you. Stay with me. Drop your head back behind you. Drop your arms back. And then see if you can drop your whole upper body back. So head back, arms back. Pull upper body back, ultimate back bend here. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes. So yoga is for every body. You don't need to have a yoga body to do yoga. So remember that. Have an open mind, do what you can. Don't place any judgment on yourself tonight during this class. Inhale together, and then exhale, fold it forward. Drop your hands to your mat, and then go ahead and step to a high plank or a high push-up. All right, after today's boot camp class that I taught, this is pretty sore for me. So you're in a high plank, high push-up. I'm sure we've all been here before at some point in our lives. So drop to your knees. Now notice my upper body is slanted. So I'm not in a tabletop like this. I'm in a high plank with my knees down. So I can still feel the pressure here on my wrist and on my arms. Look forward. I want you guys to slowly lower all the way down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come down to your mats all the way. Lift up just the upper body. So lifting the fingertips off of the mat. You're just going to lift the upper body all the way up. And then release, coming back down to your mat. Now press into your hands. Push yourselves all the way up to a full upper body stretch. This is called an upward facing dog. So looking forward, pulling yourself through, stretching out that back, leaning back, breathe in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So pushing it back, stretching it out. Inhale together. And then exhale together. Breath in through your nose. Breath out through your mouth. When you guys are ready, step your right foot to your hands. Drop down onto your left knee. And then lift your upper body up off the mat. So if you look at my body, I'm pushing forward into this right knee. My back foot is flat because for me, that's what's comfortable. So it's all about what's comfortable. If it's easier for you to keep the foot flexed, keep it flexed. For me, I like it flat. I'm going to reach my arms up so that my elbows are by my ears. My palms are facing one another. In yoga, everything's active. So even though you're not using your arms right now, squeeze your biceps anyways. Spread your fingers nice and wide. So be strong. Now reach up, get nice and tall. And then bring your hands to heart center. We're going to shift forward just a little bit and twist to our right. So you're twisting across your body. Try to hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. By hooking that, it kind of forces you to twist open. You can feel that little lower back stretch here. And I just want you to breathe. Just pause here for a moment. And then exhale, let it go. Now take the left hand, put it right down to the ground on the inside of your right foot. Lift your right arm up. Continue this twist. Just breathe. Now take this right hand, put it on the outside of your right foot so you're framing that right foot here. You're kind of in like a runner's lunge. Curl your left toes under and lift that left knee off of the mat. Now try not to move where your feet are. So your feet are at a very big distance. I want you to just slowly try to straighten out your right leg without moving your feet. And just feel that stretch. Do your best. If you need to modify, bend the knee a little bit, back off, just listen to your body. I'll take you into the spot and then you decide if that's where you want to be. Maybe you don't go as far. Maybe you go further. Stretch this out here. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, let it go. Dropping that left knee back down to the mat. So let's take this one step further if you can. If you can't, you're going to take it where we just were. So keep the left hand on the ground here. Lift that left heel up towards your butt as much as you can. Lift the right arm up in the sky. So this is level 1. So level 1, you stay here. If you want to take it to level 2, you reach back, you try to grab that foot, and you hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice work. Drop your right hand down to the ground. Straighten out the right leg all the way. Keep the left knee down and have a seat onto that left heel. So coming all the way back. Nice job. Inhale your arms up. Reach both hands towards your right foot. Half split, so stretch it out. Folding over that front leg here. Making sure the whole time you're breathing. Checking in with your breath. Inhale together. And exhale, let it go. Dropping your hands back by your sides. Coming forward, dropping your hands to the mat. And let's step it back to our downward facing dog. Nice job. Breathe in together. Breathe out together. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. When you guys are ready, step your left foot to your hands. Drop the right knee down. Lift both of your arms up. Kneeling crescent. Nice work. So again, you can see my left knee. I'm really pushing into it so that my right hip flexor can open up. My arms are up, elbows are by my ears. Reach up, get nice and tall. Bring your hands to your heart center. Shift forward and twist to your left. So go ahead and hook that right elbow on the outside of that left knee here. Just breathing. Staying with your breath. Now simply just placing your right hand down to the ground, lifting your left arm up to the sky, continuing this twist. Inhale together. And exhale, drop your left hand to the outside of your left foot so you're framing out that foot. Same thing we did on the other side. Curl your back toe. Do not move your feet. All you're going to do is lift that back knee off of the ground and then straighten out that left leg, stretching both legs completely out all the way. Nice job. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale together. And exhale together. One more breath in through your nose. Breath out through your mouth. Drop that right knee back down to the earth. So remember, level 1, you're going to lift that left arm up high to the sky. If you want to take it one step further for level 2, you're going to bend that back knee and reach back with that left hand and grab for that foot. For 3, 2, 1. Dropping both hands to the earth. Slowly sitting all the way back onto that right heel, stretching out that left leg. The right leg is also stretching out here. Inhale your arms up high to the sky, reaching forward, folding over that front thigh, taking a couple breaths here. Inhale, one more breath in. Exhale, one more breath out. Slowly coming forward. Meeting me back in a downward facing dog when you are ready. So pedal it out here, down dog. Take a breath in together and a breath out together. Bring your big toes to touch. So go ahead and bring your big toes to touch behind you. Lift your right leg all the way up to the sky, to the ceiling, whatever. Bend your knee and open up your hip. So drop your head so that you can open it as much as possible. Really feeling the stretch in the right side body. Try to open and stack the hip more. Now press the left heel down towards your mat. Lift the right knee higher. And then drop that leg back down to the earth. Lift your left leg all the way up. Bend the knee, open up your hip. So same thing. Really try to stack and open up the hip to feel the stretch. Press the right heel down towards the earth while you lift the left knee higher. And then slowly dropping it back down to the earth. Take a breath in together. Exhale, let it go. Look at your hands. Walk all the way to the front of your mat. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up to stand. Take a baby back bend. And then exhale, let's sit in our Utkatasana, chair pose. So look down at your feet, bring your big toes to touch. Your heels are slightly apart. Bend your knees, have a seat, arms out, elbows by your ears. Feel the legs muscles start to wake themselves up. Feel powerful. So can you sit one more inch? Can you lift the chest a little bit more? Can you come onto your tippy toes and get your heels off the mat and then lift your hips or sink your hips one more inch for 3, 2, 1. Fold forward, stretch it out. Inhale, tall mountain, rise all the way up, take a back bend. And then exhale, fold forward, drop your hands to the mat. Step back to your high plank or your high push-up. Remember, from this high plank, you have the option to drop to your knees if you need to make this easier. Look forward, lower down, 3, 2, 1. Press it up to your upward facing dog. So you're stretching out here. This should feel really good for your back. And then exhale, curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog, making your way back. Take a breath in together. Take a breath out together. One more, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Look at your hands. One more time. Walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, tall mountain, rise all the way up. So again, inhale, reach up, lean back. And then exhale, fold forward. Drop your hands all the way down to the ground. Inhale, Utkatasana. So that's that chair pose, right? So bring your big toes to touch. Sit your hips low. Squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your knees together. Feel those leg muscles work. Lift the upper body. Take a breath in. And then exhale, fold forward. Take a breath out. Drop your hands to the mat. Step to your high plank or your high push-up. Drop your knees if you need to modify. Lower down all the way to your stomachs. Inhale, press up to your upward facing dog. Breathe in. And then exhale, push your hips all the way up. Press your heels back. Downward facing dog. Inhale together. And exhale together. A breath in through your nose. Breath out through your mouth. Look at your hands. Walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up. So I'm going to turn and face you guys for this portion. So a little bit of balancing. So go as slow as you need to go. If you drop your foot, you drop your foot, come back in. When you guys are ready, you're going to lift your right knee up to the sky. Grab the knee with both hands to start. Now keep the right hand on the knee only. Pull it all the way over to the right side. This left hand is going to come over to the left. And like I said, if you drop your foot every 10 seconds, not even every 2 seconds, it's fine. Come back into it. Look at your left hand. Focus. Balancing requires a lot of awareness and a lot of focus. Now come on back. Grab that leg. Left hand now stays on this knee. Right hand, lift it up, and then bring it directly behind you. Now go ahead and look over that right shoulder towards that right thumb. Nice job. Now come on back. Keep this leg up if you can. You're going to take this right foot, and you're going to put it over top of that left hip. Hold it up here if you need to. If it keeps slipping, just hold it. If you need to use the wall, you put your hand against the wall, that's fine too. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. You're going to slowly just start to lean forward a little bit. You're going to feel this in your hip. You can let your hands hang if you want. Feel it in your hip even more. If you're super flexible, and we'll learn this with time, you can drop your hands to the mat. Feel it in your hip a little bit more. For 3, 2, 1, release. Slowly come all the way back up. Shake it out. So let go of that side. Balancing, we have a strong side and a not so strong side. So let's see how we do on the left. All right, so lift your left leg up. Grab it with both hands. Take that left knee over to the left side of your body. Right arm comes out. Focus. Breathe. Look at your right hand. Now switching sides, so coming back to center, grabbing that knee with the right hand, lifting that left arm up. You're just switching, taking that left hand behind you. Turn and twist to look at that left thumb. Nice work. Keep that foot up. Now bring that left knee over to that right hip. Last posture here. And then just slowly start to lean forward just a little bit. Dropping your hands, maybe letting them hang, maybe reaching the floor, just feeling it in that left hip, the outside of the hip, feeling it stretch out. For 3, 2, 1, and then release. Nice work. Come on down. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, reach back. Right hand, right ankle. Left hand. Press it against that invisible wall in front of you. I want all of you to look exactly at that left hand. Now take a deep breath in. You're going to kick back as you lean forward for dancer pose. Balancing. Kicking and stretching should be simultaneous. Locking that standing leg for 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice work. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Reach back. Grab the left ankle. Right hand comes out. Again, right in front of you. I want you to look right at those right fingertips. Now, the more you lean forward, the more you have to kick back. So when you're ready, lean forward, kick back. As hard as you can kick, as much as you can lean. For 3, 2, 1, release. Nice job. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, drop your hands to the ground. Step back to your high plank position, and then meet me in a downward facing dog. Inhale together, and exhale together. Breath in through your nose. Breath out through your mouth. One more breath. Inhale, and exhale. Come into a high plank. All we're going to do is we're going to shift onto our right side for a side plank on the right. So if you need to modify, aka make it easier, you're going to drop your right knee to the mat, and you're going to lift your left arm all the way up towards the sky. If your right knee is not dropped, squeeze your core, lift your hips as high as you can. Everybody lift your left leg if you're able, squeezing that abdomen, staying with your breath for 3, 2, 1. Come on back to your high plank. Switching sides, left side, side plank. Remember, if you need to modify, make this easier, you're going to drop your left knee down to the earth. You're going to take your gaze up towards your right hand. Squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. Lift your right leg if your body allows you to go there. If both hips are up, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep squeezing for 3, 2, 1. Drop your hand to the earth. Nice job. You should be in a high plank. Lower down all the way to your stomachs and rest on your left cheek. Bring your hands back by your sides. Take a breath in together. Breath out together. Bring your head forward. So look forward at the front of your mat. All I want you to do is lift every muscle off of your body. So you're squeezing and strengthening the lower back. Lift your shoulders, lift your head, lift your hands, lift your legs, lift your knees. Everything but the hips is pressing up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Nice work. Bring your right cheek to the mat here. Stay here for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we did this last class. We've done this a couple classes. So you're going to reach back and grab your right ankle with your right hand. If you want to take this further, you're going to reach back and grab your left ankle with your left hand. So resting here for a moment. So when I say 1, I'm going to count down from 3. When I say 1, all I want you to do is kick and lift up. So 3, 2, 1, kick and lift up as high as you can. This is called Dhanurasana, bow pose. Really trying to rock here. Feeling that lower back. Stay with me. Go a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way back down to the mat. Bring your hands by your rib cage. Nice work. Press yourselves up to an upward facing dog. And then when you're ready, push it back to a downward facing dog. Inhale together. Exhale together. We're going to get into our hips a little bit here. So step your right foot forward. Bring it all the way forward like a nice big runner's lunge. Drop your left knee down to the mat. But before you get comfortable, I want you to try, keep this right knee pressing forward, lay the back foot flat. So just try to really open up this left hip flexor. Remember, there's a difference. I always say in classes, there's a difference between tension and pain. So if you're experiencing a little bit of pressure, a little bit of tension, that's okay. Take both hands, put them on the inside of the right foot. Your right shoulder and your right elbow should also be on the inside of the right foot. This is called lizard lunge. Now you have 2 choices. You can stay here, or you can take this a little bit further by coming down to your forearms. Your choice. And yes, you're just gonna sit in it, breathe in it, get comfortable in it, fight it, stay with me. Now coming back up onto both of your hands, take your right hand, lift it up, and then gently place that right hand on the inside of the right knee. All I want you to do is push this knee out. You're going to feel this in your butt, the outside of your hip, just a little bit of a stretch. And then slowly framing out your front foot, coming back to your downward facing dog. That left hip flexor is very open right now, so just move slow. Take a breath in together. And exhale, let it go. When you're ready, step your left foot to your hands. Drop down to that right knee. So same thing, nice long lizard lunge. Your yoga mat is this length for a reason, so use the length of it. So walk that back foot back, lay it flat, push that left knee forward. Make sure both hands, shoulder, and wrist are all on the inside of your left foot. And then when you are ready, slowly come down to your forearms if you want to take this one step further. And just breathe. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what yoga is all about. One more breath. Slowly come up to your hands here. Take your left hand. Push the inside of your left knee out. Give yourself a nice little stretch. And then dropping both of your hands back down to the mat. Step it to your downward facing dog. Nice work. Inhale together. And exhale, slowly let it go. One more breath in here. Exhale, breath out here. Bring your big toes to touch. Lift your right leg high, bend the knee, open up your hip. Step your right foot forward and drop it down. We're gonna do this while we're on our fronts for half pigeon on the right side. I'll walk you through this whole posture. So we just opened up the front of our hips, the hip flexor. Now we're gonna open up the back. So drop the right shin to the mat. The back leg, you wanna walk it back. So same thing as that lizard lunge. Lay that foot nice and flat. Now making sure you're squared, which means you don't want to be resting on your right hip. You don't want to be leaning forward. You want to feel that tension. That right shin, you want to try to get it to be parallel with the front of your mat. Now that might be impossible tonight because that's very, very hard to get it all the way up there, but that's what your goal is. Now stay on your hands. If you're on your hands, come to your forearms. If you started on your forearms, I want you to lay on your chest. So there's two spots that you can be for half pigeon. This is one of my favorite yoga stretches. I started yoga because of this stretch. It really helps with sciatica. It helps with a lot of tightness in the hips. Our hips are where we store and hold our emotions. So when we feel a lot of tension in these postures, it's because we're holding on to a lot of stuff. So let it go. Allow yourself to just be here for a minute. This quarantine and different way of living has a lot of us emotional, trying new things. Tensions are very, very high. So check back in with your breath. Every time you're focused and aware of your breath, you're present. Your mind is nowhere else. You're calmer. That's why yoga is for the mind, for the body, for the spirit, everything. It's full circle. Just breathe here. Now you can stay right where you are, or you can take it a little bit further by coming up onto your hands. Bending that back knee. You're gonna reach back and grab it with the right foot and then pull it in as much as you can, even if it's just a half an inch. Just a little bit of a stretch in that left quad. For 3, 2, 1. Dropping that leg back down to the earth. Pressing back up to your downward facing dog. Inhale, take a breath in. And exhale, take a breath out. Bring your big toes to touch. Lift your left leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip. Step that leg forward and drop it down to the earth for half pigeon on the left side. So same exact rules apply here. So right leg, you want to walk it back. You want to lay the foot flat. You want to make sure your hips are squared. You're not leaning or, collapsing forward. If you're on your hands, come down to your forearms. If you're on your forearms, come all the way down to your chest. And again, just breathe. Embrace the tension. Focus on your breath so that no thoughts or no other ideas or anything pops up into your mind. Be present. As soon as you start to feel the posture, that's when it really begins. So don't run out of it as soon as you start to feel some pressure. Take one more breath in. Stay where you are or come up to your forearms. If you want to take this one step further, bend that back leg, reach back with the left hand and grab it. And again, just pull it in, stretching out that right leg here for 3, 2, 1. Drop that leg down. Come onto your left hip. Swing your right leg around. So now you're seated on your mat. Your legs are long out in front of you. We're going to take a seated forward bend. So all of our lives, we've done seated forward bends. And we've been taught we just reach for our feet, we lean forward, we compromise our whole back, but we do them a little bit different. So I want you guys to sit up tall. Imagine that your spine is completely straight. I don't want any curving of the spine. Now reach for your toes if you can reach them. If not, you grab for your knees or for your shins. If you can reach your toes, but then again, straighten out the spine. Keep the chest up, look forward. Now bend the elbows, hinge from the hips, and pull yourselves down. This will still stretch out your legs, and it'll also stretch out your spine and make it longer. Instead of just rounding it and collapsing into our hamstrings, we're going to strengthen both areas of the body. Take a breath in, and then exhale, let it go. Everybody slowly come down to your backs. All the way down. All right. Bring the soles of your feet to your yoga mat. Lift your hips, bridge. Squeeze your glutes. If you did boot camp with me ever, which many of you have never done before, you squeeze every single muscle here and you lift up as high as you can. Press into your heels, lift up for 3, for 2, for 1. Come on down. Nice work. We're going to do it one more time. If there is a wheel in your practice, set your hands, set your feet. Feel free to take it up. This is your last one. Lift up, bridge your wheel. Come on, squeeze those glutes. Lift in as high as you can. You want to really press into those heels here. Squeeze and lift for 3. Feel it in the lower back. For 2, for 1. Come on down. Nice work, guys. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourselves a nice big hug. Now keep your right knee in. Let your left leg go nice and long. Take this right knee over to the left side of your body for spinal twist. Opening up that lower back, getting any last minute tension and just kicking it out. And then come on back to center. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Take it over to the right side for spinal twist. Same thing. You might even crack your own back if you're lucky. It feels really good. Look over your left shoulder. And then come on back to center. Grab the inside arches of your feet for happy baby. So rocking from side to side on your mat here. massaging the muscles all around your back and around your spine. Finding some movement here, opening up those shoulders. And then when you are ready, letting your feet go to the edges of your mat. Letting your hands go by your sides, palms facing up. Close your eyes and lie here for a few moments in your final resting posture, your Shavasana. I will bring you out of this, so don't be in a rush. Like I said, tonight's class is going to be a little bit therapeutic. Lots of stretching. I like to read something at the end of each of my yoga classes. So just opening up your ears. Maybe it applies to you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it applies to someone that you know, you can share it with them. And just breathe. It's the small habits, how you spend your mornings, how you talk to yourself, what you read, what you watch, and especially who you share your energy with, who has access to you. These things will change your life. So when you're ready, just go ahead and start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rolling your ankles and your wrists to just bring awareness back into your body. Just a little bit of small movement. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a nice big hug. And then come on up to that seated position that you started class in tonight, but keep your eyes closed. And bring your hands to your heart center once you get there. Take a breath in together. And then exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to your forehead center, your third eye if you'd like. The light in me honors and sees the light in every one of you. Bow forward to sealing your practice tonight. Namaste. Give yourselves a clap.